cameras. We're going live on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. Go make sure to actually go follow them and go watch live on all platforms. Today we're going to be talking about UK tax. This is something that's been plaguing the news, and poor getting poorer because they're having to pay more, and rich getting richer because they're actually paying none. This is something my dad's going to be explaining about. Not financial advice, the advice for me.
Worldwide, only 1/3 of adults understand basic financial concepts. Only 24% of millennials understand basic financial topics. 12% of adults would not be able to pay their monthly bills if they incurred an unexpected expense of $400 or more. Welcome to Money and Investing Talk with Ali Shahraki and Kian. A unique way to learn about finance. Ali has an MBA in business. He's an experienced senior Forex, stock, and crypto trader. And you can follow along as he teaches his son about investing, trading, and everything finance. Live from the United Kingdom, Birmingham, this is the greatest money podcast on the planet with your hosts, Ali Shahraki and Kian.
Welcome back to the Money and Investing Talk podcast. So, yes, explain to us, Dad, about the UK tax and why are poor getting poorer and rich are paying none and they're getting richer.
Well, it goes back to school, isn't it? In your school, they tell you
Sam.
having money is bad, being rich is bad. Why do you think that is? It's because if you become rich, then you're going to be able to afford to pay for expensive lawyers and expensive accountants who they know exactly every loophole in the tax system, and then they're going to help you to pay less tax as possible. Look at the Rishi Sunak, the chancellor of exchequer. The guy, he's the master of all this, right? He writes all the rules, right? So he knows exactly every single loophole in the system, right? He uses it. Like, guess what? The only people who they are paying tax is poorer people who they can't afford to get expensive accountant, they can't afford to get expensive lawyers, so they end up paying more tax because they don't know which loophole they have to use and how they have to use it.
And sometimes they try to figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, and well, I feel very sorry for people who they do their account themselves because they
People actually do that account themselves.
Some people, they think they are saving money, but they are not saving money. They just sit there, do like profit and loss account, and then they send it. When the accountant do it, it's different. Now imagine if you have an accountant who knows every single loophole in the tax system and he knows how to do it. Rich people, they can afford to get proper. The thing is, the only rich person on the planet, right, who came out and he says, look, if you are paying too much tax, you're never going to be rich. Who was it? Donald Trump. And because he told the truth, everybody hated him. Everybody says, oh, you are a tax
No one likes when you tell the truth.
Yeah, nobody likes to be told the truth. He told you the truth. And on the Grant Cardone 10X program, he's literally teaching people as well, right? He said, listen, you need to get property to create debt, so then you are in debt and then you don't pay tax. You have to invest your money in something else to make profit, but you buy property to create debt so you don't pay as much as tax as you're supposed to be paying for other assets you have. That's exactly how he's teaching it.
He's giving out the information, but people are not taking it.
But people don't believe it is like this, right? Because everybody's trying to be honest. Everybody's trying to make sure they pay the right amount of tax. Yes, you have to pay the tax. Because if we don't pay our tax to the society, who's going to be looking after the road? Who's going to be looking after everything, right? But what HMRC said today is quite painful. It says no rule was broken, and they said the same thing about Tony Blair, right? Tony Blair done the same thing to pay less tax, right, with his property. Now Rishi Sunak, they said there is no rule broken, and he used the correct way of using the law.
The correct way.
So guess what? If you want to be rich, you have to learn. Don't do tax dodging. It's bad. That's what they're saying. But learn how to use the law and system and rules correctly. Can you afford to find somebody who is actually quite expensive but knows all these loopholes? I don't think normal accountant knows what to do. Come back very soon.
You're listening to Money and Investing Talk. Now, back to your hosts, the dad and son duo. Here's Ali Shahraki and Kian.
Yeah, the thing is, nobody likes to hear this because everybody, as soon as you say pay less tax, everybody think you are a tax dodger, you don't want to pay tax, and they start naming you, calling names and everything. No, it's not about that. It's about paying the right amount of tax, as HMRC today explains what Rishi Sunak is doing, and it says using the law and system in a correct way. There is no rule broken, there is no law broken, and they actually leave this loophole for rich people so they can use it to pay less tax so they stay in this country. Otherwise, we wouldn't have no rich person in this country at all. Everybody would have leave and just go and live in Dubai or somewhere where they are not charging them that much tax. But guess what? The only person is paying the most tax is you. Today, twice, Facebook muted us because they didn't want us to tell you all this stuff. They don't want you to know. That's
People,
why
they need to be educated about money.
Yeah, you need to be educated about money. You need to get the right accountant, somebody who knows all this if you have enough money, right? But if you are poor, you got to pay the tax. Until you are making up to 80,000 pounds a year, you got to pay a lot of tax. But after that, then guess what? You pay actually less tax than somebody who is earning that much.
And we actually did a podcast about some different some side hustles you can actually do, which is affiliate marketing, creating your own business, investing. You can actually go check out that podcast too if you want to see how you can make some side income to actually get some
Increase
more
your
money.
income. Increase your income. The thing is, just be aware of this. Why they are putting inside your head from a school time to when you die. Rich people are bad. You hate rich people. Hate money. Money is not good. This is not good. Listen, they tell you all this stuff so you don't become rich, so you don't make money, so you need to keep paying more tax and more tax. Because if you are not paying tax, the country is not running. Not just this country. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about everywhere, the whole world, right? So they need poor people to rely on for paying the tax and paying
the circle of life.
Yes. Unfortunately, rich people, they just take the money and they go and use the loophole. They don't even pay tax. Donald Trump said it. He says, as long as you are paying tax, you're never going to be rich. Look at the system in America. The people become rich, they go and make money, they get into property, they get into the stock market, they make money, and then what happened? When they made money and they are multi-billionaires, they create a lot of debt for themselves. To be able to get the cash out and own the money, they go and become a senator. Because if you are a senator,
what's a senator?
When you go inside the parliament of USA, right? Then you don't pay no tax. When you are a senator, you don't pay no tax. That's the reason why Donald Trump didn't need to become a president. He just became a president to get cleared of all that. That's it. So they don't pay. They asked Grant Cardone, what are you going to do next? He said, when I have enough money, then I'm going to become a senator. So I don't pay no tax.
You learned that from Donald.
Yeah. It's not about not paying the tax. It's about knowing the rule and how to use it. And they call it, he said, you need the HMRC. I remember when I was studying university, we had somebody from HMRC came. He says, you need creative accountant. You need somebody who knows all the rules so he can help you to use the loopholes government left you. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying a lot of tax.
Did the government leave the loopholes on purpose?
Of course. Because they don't want you to be angry, so they leave some loophole. But for you to be, it's like a mouse and a hole, right? So there is a hole for the mouse to get into the house, but the mouse need to find the hole, right? But for you to be able to find that hole, you need somebody who's been there before, who understands the system, who understands the rule, right? And then he's going to help you and guide you to do it the way that you can find a hole and go inside the wall. Otherwise, you're going to end up on the dinner plate of cat. That's how I can use a metaphor to explain it.
Yeah.
But if you know how to find the road, how to find the door, you're going to get into your hole and then you are not going to be on the dinner plate. If we think of a dinner plate as the tax system, right? So it's not about tax dodging. It's not about not paying your tax, right? But I remember I paid a lot of money as a driving instructor when I used to be a driving instructor, right? But when you can afford to get an accountant who understands somebody who makes a lot of money, then they know how to sort out the system as well, so you don't pay no tax, right? So all I'm saying to you is stop hating rich people. If you want to have money, just learn from them. This is not tax dodging. HMRC told you today. Is the use of correct way of using the law to pay the right amount of tax. Did you listen to the news? Rishi Sunak's wife, multi-billionaire, both of them, right? Not paying even a penny tax on their income from all the shares and stock they have in other countries by just changing their status in this country. How cool is that? Did you know that? I took a screenshot of it to go and ask my accountant what it is because I never heard of it, right? But who would have known other than Rishi Sunak? Somebody who wrote all the rules, somebody who knows the rule book upside down or down upside, whatever you want to call it. He knows everything about this, not you and me, right? Think about it. That's why they keep telling you, hate rich, don't become rich, don't make money, don't do that. Why? Because as long as you are not rich, you can't afford good accountant. You can't afford.
That's actually why we created the podcast, to educate people more about wealth, and what they're saying in school in the old times was actually wrong.
Yeah. And now they're going to create something else so everybody forget about Rishi Sunak. No one's going to talk about it. The news, they just said it once or twice, and that's it. It's going to go, you know?
Have you heard now? You remember when COVID was such a big thing on this, and now it's not even
a big thing.
It's not there.
Yeah, but because they want to, you see, what the government it does is always keep people busy, right? So they have to come up with a different news, so people don't actually see what's going on underneath, you know. And that's what people are not aware of, and we should talk about it maybe in another session. You know, like a baby, when the baby's crying, and you get the dummy or you get the doll, and you say, look at the dolly, look at the doll. You distract them, right? So they use all this news and all this to distract people from the actual thing, what is happening underneath, right? They use the COVID to distract people from the Brexit happening. They use Brexit to distract people from Europe being bankrupt, right? And then they use Black Lives Matter to distract people from the COVID. And then they brought the attention of people back again to COVID with different variant because there was something else going on underneath. It's always something bigger is happening than what you see. But unfortunately, we usually see it long way after it happened. Don't be a fool and just listen to news. Start making money.
You've been listening to Money and Investing Talk. The mighty dad and son duo, Ali Shahraki and Kian, shooting you straight between the ears about money, investing, trading, and wealth creation. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We know we had fun. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find Ali on social media at Real Ali Shahraki. Find the show at Money and Investing Talk. And Kian at Kian Shahraki. Remember, financial literacy is just as important in life as the other basics. See you next time.